Hello, my name is Daniel Schroeder, and I created the AutoHotkey Command Picker. So here it is. This is the AutoHotkey Command Picker. In this version, I'm showing version 1.3.0. So if you're using a later version, just keep in mind that what I show in this video may perhaps be out of date. I don't know. I can't predict the future. But what I want to show in this video is just some of the things that are provided to you out of the box when using this software. So basically, you've just downloaded it from the website, you just launched it. You hit the caps lock key to bring up this window, and this is what you can do. So this is assuming you have AutoHotkey installed already. Yeah, so some of the things we can do is just right away, if you type my computer, let's say, you can open the my computer window. Let's close that. Hit caps lock again to launch the AutoHotkey Command Picker window. Maybe we want to bring up the recycle bin. So we can see right there, there's a recycle bin. I can hit enter, or I can click the run command button. Boom, so here is what I have in my recycle bin. So some other things you can do with this is, say you want to send a new email, just start typing new email. There it is. So the command is called new email. The description is opens a new email in the default, that should say default email program, not default main program. I'll have to fix that. Hit enter, and boom. My default email program is Outlook, so it opens up in Outlook. If I were to do this without using AutoHotkey Command Picker, this is what I would have to do. I would have to do something like click the start button, open up Outlook, go up here and hit the new mail button, and then this is where I would actually be able to fill in my new email. So using the AutoHotkey Command Picker just saves a lot of time. So I can just hit caps lock key, start typing new, and new email is the only one left in the list, and hit enter. And so, you know, sending email is something I do a lot for my job, and you probably do for yours as well. So let's say you send 20 emails in a day, you know, maybe it takes you five seconds to get to this new email window. With AutoHotkey Command Picker, that now takes you, you know, half a second to actually bring it up. So that just saves you a few seconds out of your day, you know, maybe, or a few seconds at a time, maybe a few minutes out of your day, but it can add up to, you know, maybe hours out of your your year, in your work year. Let's close this, but that brings me up to my next point. If we open up the AutoHotkey Command Picker, you can see the command was called new email, but I didn't actually have to type the full name. I only had to type new. So if I backspace out, it'll show me some other things, or some other commands that also, you know, here have the N in them. So I could type new email, or I could just type email. You can see it still filters down to new email. Basically, the command picker uses my own custom flavor on Pascal case is what I use for this. I could do NE, and that would see new email as the best match. Okay, so besides sending, you know, opening my computer and sending new email, what else can we do? Well, basically we can do anything that AutoHotkey can do. So let's say I have this notepad window here, and I'll just maybe open up Firefox. So you'll notice that Firefox opened up on top of my on top of Notepad. So here's Notepad. If I click to Firefox, boom, Notepad gets hidden behind the Firefox window. Well, maybe I want to have this Notepad window always visible. So I can select the Notepad window, pop the picker, the AutoHotkey Command Picker, and type always on top. So you can see here the command is called Windows Always on Top, and the description is sets the window to always be on top of other windows. So let's go ahead and say run command. And now this Notepad window will always be on top of all of my other windows. So here you can see in Firefox, I can scroll up and down. The Notepad window stays on top. So this can be useful if you're, you know, maybe filling out information on a website form and you're copying the information off of Notepad or something else. Maybe you can't copy paste the text directly, so you have to type it in. You know, this allows you to do it really easily. And if you don't have multiple monitors, this is especially useful if you don't have a second monitor to drag Notepad onto. When I'm ready to have Notepad not always on top, just again, make sure Notepad is active or in focus, and type not always on top. Boom. And so now, when I click on Firefox, now Notepad is hidden behind Firefox. So it's easy to turn it on, easy to turn it off. So some other functionality that we can do out of the box is show the clipboard text. So let's just select this URL. So it'll be copy. And I'll type show. The tooltip's hiding it there. I'll just wait. So it says show clipboard text. If I hit enter, it opens up a message box that shows whatever text I have in my clipboard. So that can be useful. It's not that great, but it's really useful for the next thing. I'll just move this off screen, which is this open clipboard command. So whatever you have copied into your clipboard, it'll open it. So if it's a URL path, it'll try and open the website. If it's a file, you know, a text file or an XML file or whatever, it'll try and open that file in the default editor. So here I have that URL copied into my clipboard, so let's just say open clipboard. And you can see it automatically opens up the URL in my web browser. So in Firefox it opened up the same URL. So some more out-of-the-box functionality that's provided. So you can use the up and down arrows to scroll through this and see all the commands that are given to you out of the box. Things like restarting the computer and shutting it down. This is especially useful for Windows 8 where people, you know, the start button is gone, people don't know how to shut their computer down anymore. Or it's just quicker, even if you know how to shut it down, you know, using Windows C or whatever, open up the charms bar and shut down. This is just quicker. All I have to do, you know, is hit caps lock, type shut down, and hit enter, and then my computer shuts down. So it's a lot quicker. Another great function that's provided out of the box is the ability to shorten URLs. So let's copy this URL again. And let's say I want to paste it into Notepad or Twitter or something else where, you know, my characters are limited, or I just don't want to have this 200 long character URL. So I pop the picker, just type URL, and you can see URL shorten and paste. And I hit enter, and so it contacts tinyURL, converts my long URL that I had, uses tinyURL to shorten it, and we'll see here if I copy this and paste it, that it does in fact point to the same web page. Some more functionality provided out of the box with the command picker is if you don't have media keys on your keyboard, you can do things like skip to the next song, or go back a song, play or pause your song or your video that you're watching. You can mute your speakers. You can do things like close all your windows. So if I want, I can close this one window. Window close, that'll close Firefox. Another one in there is window close all. I'm not going to do that because it would close my my screen recording software, but it would close every open window that you have. So maybe you want to close all your windows before you shut down your computer, that type of thing. It'll do it for you. Alright, so the last thing that I want to show you that AutoHotkey Command Picker can do out of the box is launching web browsers. So AutoHotkey Command Picker can actually do a whole lot more than this. This is just what you get out of the box without having to code anything, without having to write any AutoHotkey script at all. This is what you get. But of course you can write your own custom commands to do anything you want. So just like you can write your own AutoHotkey scripts to do whatever you want, it's basically the exact same process. I'll show you it in a different video, but essentially whatever code you would write to do that, you just wrap it in a function, and then it would show up in this list, and you're able to call it using this AutoHotkey Command Picker. But I'll show that in another video. So the last thing I want to show you for the out-of-the-box functionality is just the web browser command. So as you can see, it opens the default internet browser and searches for any comma-separated queries. So if I just type web browser and hit enter, by default it goes to Google, opens up a new tab for you. So if I want though, if I know what I want to search for, I can type web browser, hit the comma, and then type in any queries that I want to search for. So I can search for dogs. So here it opens up a new tab and automatically does a search for dogs. But you can provide also more than one parameter to it. So maybe I want to search for cats and mice. So here you can see it actually opened up two tabs, one doing a search for cats, one doing a search for mice. And as well, I programmed in the I'm feeling lucky. So if you want to do a web search for dogs and you want to do the I'm feeling lucky where it automatically goes to the first one, just put a 1 in front of whatever your query is, so one dog, and it does the I'm feeling lucky for dogs, which happens to be the Wikipedia page for dogs. So here if I just type dog, you can see the Google search results. The first one was that Wikipedia page that it took us to automatically. So that's my AutoHotkey command picker. As I said, this is all of the functionality that you get out of the box without having to do anything. Once you start writing your own AutoHotkey scripts, it becomes really powerful. Or you've already have a bunch of scripts you've already written, you just quickly wrap them in the function that the AutoHotkey command picker expects, and it shows up in the list. And you're able to execute your commands really quickly. You no longer have to worry about remembering which shortcut key launches which scripts and all that type of stuff. So I hope you'll try the AutoHotkey command picker. I'm sure you'll love it, and I'm sure it will save you lots of time.